And today I am bringing you a bullet journal flip through. I bullet journal. I don't bullet journal in the conventional sense because I pretty much use mine as a kind of like a diary, a journal, a sort of like, well, pretty much anything. I write down my thoughts, my ideas. I write down just daily to-do things. I do have some habit trackers in there as well. I do write down a lot of, personal things, motivational things for me, quotes that I like, just things that I want to keep up with, or, just things I'd like to try out. Just different things, but I don't use it in the traditional sense of a bullet journal. Mine is more kind of like a catch-all. But anyway, I've been really sick, so that is why my voice sounds really funny. And I do not have a setup with a camera other than the one. It's a small video camera that I'm actually holding, so I'm not sure how good the quality of this video is going to be, but I had promised you guys a bullet journal flip through, and as I said, I have just been so sick pretty much the whole entire month of January. Excuse me. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get into it, and if it shakes, I apologize. I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So this was my 2019 bullet journal. It's nothing fancy. In mine, I like to do a lot of quotes, but this was my first official, I don't know if you could see my little air quotes there, but my official bullet journal, because I have, off to the side, if you can see, I have some other journals that I had used pretty much the same way, and I'm kind of, I lose things a lot. I misplace things because I forget where I put them. I have a not so great short-term memory, so I do often leave things in different places and forget where I put them. So that is why I had 3 different journals for 2019. But anyway, back to the video. So my first page in my journal is just a pledge, and it's basically something that I do for myself to remind myself what I would like to put out there in the new year. So my pledge for 2019 was to be a flower among the thorns. So I just kind of, I don't know if y'all can see this, I'll try to zoom in a little. I'm not great at this, so forgive me. But I just did a little doodle. I'm not great at drawing, so anyway, I did a little doodle of thorns. And then I have my cover page, which is just some scrap paper from an old calendar of mine. I pretty much use this more like a junk journal. But anyway, so I have my Hello 2019. And then I have a year of change and growth, because that is what I wanted 2019 to be. So in that, I had just some things to remind myself, pretty much affirmations for the year. And I am a believer in Christ, and so a lot of mine revolved around, my faith. So anyway, that's that. And then I have a lot of lyrics, quotes, that kind of thing. Then I wanted to try and keep track of my water intake, because I am really, really bad about staying hydrated. And unfortunately, I am a person that gets migraines a lot. And what I've noticed is the more that I drink water, the less migraines that I had. So I went ahead and looked up the benefits of water. And I had no idea that there were so many, but I went ahead and wrote them down, some of the benefits of water, and I'll try to zoom in and show you a few of them. Well, okay, that's not going to work. Anyway, most of you know that you probably know that it boosts skin health and beauty, regulates your body temperature, flushes out waste and toxins, it cushions your brain stem, your spinal cord and the sensitive tissues that surround it. It also helps maintain blood pressure, lubricates your joints, hydrates your skin, aids in kidney function, helps with weight loss. It also delivers oxygen to your body, aids in your thinking and reasoning, protects us from heat. It's also essential for digestion, prevents heartburn, ulcers, can help with asthma and allergies. Anyway, there's a lot. There's a whole lot. You can look up some of the benefits of water on your own time if you'd like, because I know this video is already going to be long. Anywho, bear with me. So I kept track of my water. And if you see the big yellow lines, that is because I lost my journal for June and July. So when I finally did find it again, I began tracking again. But I did pretty good. Not as well as I would have liked, but from going from someone who did not drink water, I've done exceptionally well by putting any water in my body. So then I just have some personal journaling pages. And this is declarations and affirmations that I would read daily, just to kind of put good things out there and declare goodness over my life. So then I also had this, which just goes back in here, but I just made a little strip for personal affirmations that were just for me on a personal level. And then some more quotes. Now this was my habit trackers. I did, you know, I had just a few. I had like a prayer daily, praise and worship, reading God's Word, exercise, doing my bullet journal, doing my daily affirmations, then chores like dishes, laundry, vacuuming, writing, that kind of thing. Then I have on the next page just some of my favorite song lyrics that kind of get me going, keeping me on track and putting me in a good mood and reminding myself about the goodness of God. So this page I really, really like. It just says you're created in God's image. He calls you beautifully and wonderfully made. We are special and considered priceless, to know your worth. So this page I liked because it was basically just a way to get real with myself and remember the things about myself that I personally needed to change, things that I wanted to work on throughout the year. So I just made a little drawing of a mirror. It says, if you don't love what you see, then change. This was my future log. I didn't really use the future log, but I did like the aesthetic. I liked the way it looked. I just didn't like it when I started filling in the dates. So I won't probably be using a future log in the future. Then some more just 2019 notes. Now this was my January spread. Nothing big. I just had little flaps and little things that you could, well, maybe things you could pull out, which this was just the calendar view. Little things here of the week. February and a tracker. This was March, and I made some more things that I could just kind of pull out. And then this was also a habit tracker. I don't know if y'all have watched some of my other videos, but I like to reuse old calendars and whatnot. I just think they're pretty. So then I had some of these drawings and things, spreads, are pretty much inspirations and recreations from other channels, and like Amanda Rachley, I really love her aesthetic, so some of these you'll see are recreations of hers, or my take on them. So then, as I was showing you, I don't like the filling out of the future logs. I just didn't like the way it looked. Then here was some of my favorite verses, just things to remind myself, and things that I loved. Those of you who know me, or even if you don't, these are just things that I think this is always a good page to have to remind yourself where you were at in that point in your life and what things you liked during that time. So for me, things that I loved were like family, friends, gathering. I love flea markets, the color green, crafting, gardening, journaling, writing, praise and worship songs. I love going barefoot, card games, decorating, avocado, just, you know, different things, washi tape, hand sanitizer. I'm kind of addicted to hand sanitizer. But anyway, it was just a list to help remind me. And then again, I have these little tabs, more habit trackers, some notes, some more quotes. This was my July spread. August. Kind of flipping through this fast because some of this was just more of my ideas, thoughts, and some journaling, not so much trackers. Now September I did do a little differently, and I just loved this washi tape. It says, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a beautiful life, and it has a little bicycle, so I tried to recreate the bicycle from the washi tape as my habit tracker, or mood tracker. I think my October spread was probably my favorite, because I didn't really follow any, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I basically just used it more as a reminder, list of things that I needed to get done, or some journal entries, but I just liked that I, you know, doodled a lot because I'm learning how to draw and do things. And of course, my birthday is in October. I know this video is already really long, so I'll try to hurry and get through it, but these were things about me, just 44 random facts, because I was 44 last year. So I've written over 100 poems. I find 4-leaf clovers easily. I did write a 50,000 word manuscript in 26 days, which was my NaNoWriMo. I have no rhythm. Anyone who knows me knows that I can't clap my hands on the beat. I pulled my own tooth as an adult with a pair of pliers. I have a bad short-term memory, and I have continuation dreams. I don't know if any of you out there are like that. You can comment down below. But yeah, I have dreams, and I can wake up, and then a couple of days later, I can literally have the exact same dream, but pick up right where I left off. It's very strange. Also, I am an INFJ, which is a personality type on the Myers-Briggs personality type indicator, and apparently the INFJs are actually some of the rarest personality types, which is odd, but I guess I've always been a little odd. Anyway, so then this is my November spread, my NaNoWriMo. I was able to write the 50K in 26 days, and this was just kind of my progress through that. I'm going to try to hurry and get through this, guys. I know it's getting very long. Anyway, I use a lot of washi tape because I love it, and I like trying to be a little more creative. This was just a Thanksgiving menu, which basically for pretty much everybody, their menu is going to be some variation of that, or pretty much the same. Now this little design here and here, I got from Amanda Rachley. I just thought it was the cutest thing. So this was my December layout. I didn't track anything. I just wanted to journal. So that's pretty much what I did. You know, just keeping in line with journaling. I did try to do some memories and a mood tracker for December. Then I have, those who have insight will shine brightly, like the brightness of the expanse of heaven, and those who lead the many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. So I wanted a quote that had to do with the stars, because as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but I used this washi tape that I had gotten from My Secret Santa of AuthorTube, and I just thought it was so pretty I had to use it. So here's another quote: live life by a moral compass, not the modern clock. Things that I wanted out of life. Now this I absolutely love. I will be migrating this type of spread into my next journal. or actually I have migrated it, I just haven't filled it all in yet. But anyway, it was basically just the year, and then words or phrases that I wanted to focus my year on. So anyway, so I wrote down the words that I wanted to really manifest in the new year for me, and then I wrote a kind of a journal entry of why I chose these words, just to kind of remind myself. These are some of my collection pages. Now, this is a direct recreation of Amanda Rach Lee's cassette thing for songs playlist. And in 2019, I was really into worship and praise and worship songs. So I just have list upon list upon list of some praise and worship songs. And then, of course, I'm always writing down quotes, things just that, you know, come to me that make me happy. Sin does not define me, but Christ does. If you're going to be anything, be kind. When the devil reminds you of your past, just remind Satan of his future. Just, you know, some little things here and there. This was my attempt at 30 days of doodling. I am not an artist. I really tried to keep up with the doodles. I'm not great at drawing, as I said, but I think I did okay on my little avocado here. You know, that's supposed to be an elephant looking up, but I'm not sure how I did. But anyway, I tried my hand at drawing. I do want to get better at doodling, so I will work on that in the new year. Let's see. Try not to be a villain in someone else's story. Just some more advice to myself. I do like this page because when I do get older, I would like to be able to look back and remember what advice I had for my younger self. So always learn from your mistakes. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. You can't grab onto the future while holding on to the past. Give your all, but take nothing. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Choose joy. This was my YouTube growth tracker. I just started my channel. It's not done. I started October the 31st, so really, we'll call it November 1st, the whole month of November and December. So I haven't had my channel very long. This was just a drawing that I had done, and it's not really great, but like I said, I'm learning to draw. Some dreams of mine that I wrote down. Now this, I love this. I would like to put this spread into my 2020 journal. Basically, I would like to lose weight. I started the year off at 165. My goal was to get back down to 125 because I am barely 5'2", and that's really stretching it. So I'm just about as big around, or I started off the year last year about as big as round as I was tall. So that was one thing that I really wanted to do, was lose about, 40 pounds was my goal. However, I did not reach the goal, but I was able to lose the increments, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3. I lost 24 pounds. So, not great, but hey, it's all over half of my goal, so maybe I did do all right. But what I did was do it in increments of 5, and for every 5 pounds that I lost, anytime I lost a pound, I would color the block in. And so when the block was completely filled in, it meant that I had lost the 5 pounds. So then I would go over here and I would color in the reward. So I just had different rewards, things that I wanted to do, like eat at Subway, buy an outfit, get a mani-pedi, get a book from Barnes & Noble, buy Tombow pens, things like that. But it helped me hold myself accountable. This was my bucket list. Clearly, I didn't get enough stuff done. Just some journal entries, brain dump page. This was such a joke. Oh my gosh. I wanted to try and do some savings. Maybe I'll try this year. I'm not sure. But my goals were to have some money saved up for my 15-year wedding anniversary, a day at the zoo, a Florida trip, and a new tattoo. However, I wasn't able to save up any money. Zero. Zilch. I don't really use this birthday thing because, you know, it just, for the most part, I remember people's birthdays, and the ones that I don't, if I have them on Facebook, Facebook reminds me, so I'm not really worried about that spread. I won't be continuing it. Anyway, just more quotes, things that I like. Now, this was my countdown to Preptober, the things, for those of you who keep track with that, Preptober is the month that you do your prep work for the month of November, which is also National Novel Writing Month, and we shorten it to NaNoWriMo, where you try to write a 50,000 word manuscript in those 30 days. So this was my countdown. It was my first year of doing NaNoWriMo, and I'm pleased to say that I won. I was able to do it. This was my checklist, which really helped me prepare to know what I needed to kind of hit the ground running, and so I did accomplish that, so I was very happy. And this was my journaling from my experience of Nano, breaking down Nano day by day, my goal counts, my productivity, my writing goals, word tracker, word count tracker, and writing sprints. This page, I'm going to be migrating this into my 2020 bullet journal. Write without fear, edit without mercy, because I want to take what I wrote in NaNoWriMo the month of November and start doing chapter edits this year. So then we just have some personal journaling. I really liked this to remind myself who God says that I am and who God is. I also had some subscription boxes that I wanted to try out. This is just covering up names of some YouTubers that I've subscribed to. This was just my start to AuthorTube journey. I'd only done 17 videos in 2019. But again, I only started in October 31st, so 17 in that amount of days was not bad at all. This was just getting to the end here. My prayer list. I like to pray for people, so I keep track of who I pray for and what I'm praying for, so that way I can also give the praise and the glory back to God when He answers those prayers. This was things that I learned from my past, 19 things I learned from my past. And this was a quote I liked. It says, "Learn from the past, live in the present, and prepare for the future." This was a spread that I've adapted from Amanda Rach Lee, just movies that I wanted to see. And out of the movies that I did, or 21 movies that I did write down, I've seen all but 3. So, and then this was my little ratings over here. This was just a little doodle of mine. I'm sure a lot of you who have bullet journals have seen this spread a gazillion times. But it's just books, you know, that I wanted to read. I had wrote down 30. Unfortunately, I only got to read 9 books off my shelf. I did read half of 2 of the books. So basically, I just rounded it up and said, okay, I've read 10 out of the 30 books. So I, you know, still consider it a success because I read. This, I really, really enjoyed this, and I will be putting this page in all forever future journals. It's just things that I loved throughout the year. So God, family, friends, the show Rain. If you guys haven't seen the Netflix series Rain, oh my goodness, I just absolutely adored it. I binge watched it, but I loved that show. YouTube, of course, crafts, junk journals, word games, drawing, washi tape. Washi tape, I love washi tape, I'm obsessed. Reading, skincare, NaNoWriMo, AuthorTube, sweet tea, bullet journaling, Barnes & Nobles. Who doesn't love Barnes & Noble? Tracking my habits, praise and worship songs, and my office space and stationery. So that was something that I loved in the year 2019. This was a quote that I absolutely loved. Don't dig up in doubt what you have planted in faith. And so these are the things that I had planted in faith: change, growth, love, peace, health, happiness, abundance, joy, healing, and victory. And then I have some more journaling, some more quotes, more journaling, and that basically my prayer for 2020. And then I haven't done my year wrap up, which I probably should have, but these were just lessons I learned in 2019 and things that I learned from having a bullet journal. So that was pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that it was like super duper long, but anyway, I finally got it done. Hopefully I can get this uploaded for you guys, and thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.